This LOS is describe roles and objectives of central banks. The role of central banks. The central bank of a nation is the banker to the government, to other banks, and the supplier of the nation's currency. That's an important, I've seen many practice questions based on the role of the central bank and the central bank having the role of the supplier of the nation's currency. That's an important point to remember, okay? So central banks are often charged with 1, supervising the nation's banking system, 2, regulating and overseeing the payment system, 3, managing a nation's foreign currency and gold reserves, and 4, operating a nation's monetary policy. Operating a nation's monetary policy, okay? Keyword there, operating. Often the objective of the central bank is the stability of the financial system and management of the payment system. We'll just do a quick practice question to check our understanding. Which is the most accurate statement regarding central banks and monetary policy? A, central bank activities are typically intended to maintain price stability. B, monetary policies work through the economy via 4 independent channels. Or C, commercial and interbank interest rates move inversely to official interest rates. Okay, the correct answer is A. Central bank activities are typically intended to maintain price stability. Concerning choice B, note that the transmission channels of monetary policy are not independent, okay? So there's a keyword there, dependent versus independent. Another quick practice question. Which role is a central bank least likely to assume? A, lender of last resort. B, sole supervisor of banks. Or C, supplier of the currency. Okay, that question shouldn't be too difficult. We should know that the central bank is a lender of last resort and is the supplier of the currency. So this is looking for the least likely, you're looking for the false. And sole supervisor of banks, this is a tricky one, maybe a little bit, because the central bank is a supervisor of banks, but again, the key word there is sole. They're not the sole supervisor. So the supervision of banks is not a role that all central banks assume, first of all. And when it is a central bank's role, responsibility may be shared with 1 or more entities. Anyhow, in that case, A was clearly true and C was clearly true. So it had to be B. But again, look at the wording very carefully. The central bank is a supervisor of banks, but not the sole supervisor. So we'll finish this LOS with one last practice question. When a central bank announces a decrease in its official policy rate, the desired impact is an increase in A, investment, B, interbank borrowing rates, or C, the national currency's value in exchange for other currencies. This one should not be too difficult. If you decrease the official policy rate, it means it's cheaper for people to borrow money. If it's less expensive to borrow money, there's going to be more investment. So a lowering in rates is an increase in investment. And that's the last slide for this LOS. Thank you.